Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special episode of, wait for it, Cloud Station TV. It's been a
Where are
while.
we?
We're back in 2020.
Oh my God, are we in
Yeah,
the
Or
metaverse?
was it the
The
last episode of
multiverse?
Cloud Station?
Yeah, sort of
I
looks
think it
like.
was before we transitioned to Cloud Nation.
How are you doing, guys? Glad to see everyone. We're doing a special episode because
I can't
there's
handle it.
there's major rumors that came out that we're going to talk about now. Statement to start the show. What we're going to talk about is still a rumor. It is not confirmed by Sony. So I just want to say it right now so we don't have to repeat it time after time during the show. It is all rumors. We're talking about speculation going around, but that have been shared around by a lot of different sources. Some of them are reputable insiders, some of them less, but it is going around a lot. There's some very interesting information going around, and we want to talk about that because it is juicy news concerning, especially cloud gaming. As for us, what we're going to focus on, but we're going to talk about that in a moment. First, we're going to go around see what's up. Have everyone talk about themselves, what they've been up to. So, as usual, we're going to go around the clock. So, Vet, what's up, man?
Oh, not much. I just did a first look at High on Life today. Holy crap, that game is way more fun than I thought it was going to be. Definitely not a kid game. But Minivet pretty much watched some of it. He didn't hear anything because, luckily I have headphones on. But been playing that. Been playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Been playing Warframe. I can't figure out what to play on PlayStation because there's too many games to choose from. So I'll just wait for some PlayStation 5 games to show up because it'll happen. Someday it will happen. I do still have, not one but two PlayStation 5 controllers with no console, and I will have a PlayStation 5 headphones probably next week or so. Camouflage ones that were on pre-order, but they'll be here. So with no console still. So if anybody wants to send me one, just let me know.
They're pretty fun. They're pretty fun. Ray, what about you, man? What's up? Good to see you.
Good to see you. Good to be back, especially Maker, Ved, Doctor. What's going on, Shadow? Just man, on the PS5, been playing Madden. It's getting down to the playoffs and the wild card, so been playing a lot of Madden on the PS5. Battlefield, killing Maker on Battlefield 2042, and Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt. That's been pretty awesome. So yeah, I'm glad to be back here, man.
Awesome. What about you, Maker? What's up, man? Good to see you as well.
Yeah, just been gaming. Been playing a lot of that Final Fantasy 14 with the new patch that dropped on Tuesday, and
Nice.
It's got a lot of content, so trying to go through that. I also been playing Pokemon Violet, which I got over the Christmas break, and I just beat Nobody Saves the World. So,
Ooh,
yeah,
fun little game. I did play that one on xCloud for a while on mobile.
yeah, I started it and I wanted to finish it before it left on the 15th, so I just went ahead and knocked it out.
Nice. What about you, Shadow? Brian?
Not much really. I haven't had time this past couple of days to play anything. I literally just got on eFootball just so I can collect my free tokens and whatnot. Just because FIFA is trash. Every time I keep playing it, so I gotta go with something else other than EX so I can actually have fun because they forgot the meaning of that. And then there's exciting news from this title called Undisputed. They're having an early access on Steam on the 31st. So we're finally getting a boxing game, which we haven't had in years. So I'm definitely going to pick that up for $30. I know there's been news around Blue Protocol. A lot of games to look forward to this year. And then with Sony dropping the news that we're going to go over today, I'm definitely excited. So
Awesome
hopefully that's all legit. But I've been looking everywhere. It all lines up with the date that they announced. What the people have talked about when it comes to their project code names. So I'm definitely excited to see that and how it works out.
That's cool. Excellent. As for myself, as usual for the last few weeks, I've been playing a lot of Horizon Forbidden West. Loving this game. The story, the graphics, everything is amazing. I'm really having a great time with that. Also, try getting back into some Warframe a bit on the PS5. I know a lot of people have been playing that. Pretty good game. Been checking a few things here and there, but Horizon is the one I keep going back to. And also played some Gran Turismo 7 as well.
Nice.
Phenomenal game. Looks amazing. And so, yeah, a lot of fun. And yeah, the big news dropping. So before we tackle that, we're just going to take a quick look at the chat. So we got John in the chat. What's up, man? Good to see you. What up, fanboy? PSP2 confirmed by Spaceman. Apparently. We got Ashes, who's stuck at the airport right now and on an airline delay for like 3 hours, I think.
Oh, wow.
Gross.
Good luck with that, man. Thinking about you. Get to watch until takeoff. Hopefully it won't be delayed too much. Yeah, he also loved Nobody Saves the World. Great little game.
Saves the world, but
Got Ray in the chat. We got Polaris Sucks. What's up? Good to
Hey.
see you, man. And yeah, that in there. So it's great having you all. A little special episode tonight that came out of nowhere because there's some news that came out of nowhere. And so this was not confirmed by anyone from Sony. It is I'm just gonna share the screen. It won't be long.
I see you there. Strats in the chat.
Wanted to get to see his show live. So excited. Yeah, I think he's still working up in the north. Good job, man. Good to see you. And we got Ghost Rat in the chat. How's it going? Good to see you, man. So, that is something that dropped from Insider Gaming. They revealed something. They actually just updated the article 1 minute. 1 minute read. So, Insider Gaming dropped something today. It's also been dropped by a bunch of different sources. That PlayStation 5 version 7.0 to include Discord integration that we've been hotly waiting for. This is something that's going to be really great for the PS5. And cloud streaming for PS5 games. So that is the bit of a hot news that's been going around more in the cloud gaming community we have on Twitter that's been making the rounds. So still limited stuff is known about how the cloud gaming it's gonna work, but there is some knowledge that I've dropped here and there from what at first glance what seems to be the case here is that at first it will roll out for the PS5 consoles. You'll be able to play the PS5 games in the cloud. So Sony have been updating their hardware and like they're hosting everything. We've seen in the last 2 years, PlayStation really improved on the cloud gaming. It plays really well, looks good. Still PS4 based graphics, but according to some sources on the PS5, very soon you'll be able to boot from the cloud the PS5 version of games, so it will look phenomenal. So it's a way basically to avoid packing your drive so that you have access to more games without needing to install every single thing. So without not to overburden your drive. But it's still like they're not going to just transition that part of their cloud gaming over to AWS because the sources, basically the news that have been coming out is that they will no longer be using Azure. They would be using AWS. So credit to Zubitech for actually digging out all that information over on Twitter. But basically has been able to find that they're using AWS. They have their own AMD custom hardware that they are using for the blades. with custom NVMe drives that are super fast, low latency. It's using machine learning and artificial intelligence for optimization. So, bunch of really interesting stuff. And also something else that he put in is apparently the demo for the game developed by Haven, made by Jade Raymond over in Montreal, is already running in the cloud on that system. So that's what they're using for development, and apparently they already have it running on there. So they're doing a transition over to AWS according to rumors, and PS5 first will get access to the PS5 version of the games, but of course that will roll out to other platforms in the future. Sony is not just gonna gatekeep their PS5 titles on the consoles exclusively. So other rumor going around is that at the same time that the PS5 gets the PS5 streaming, it might also roll out to Xperia's mobile phones. Now, this is still highly speculative, but if it does happen, this is very interesting. So having mobile cloud with PlayStation is something we've been wanting for a while. We absolutely want to see. And they already have a remote play that works really well. But now having the cloud working like that, absolutely want to see this. And again, if it's going to Xperia, it's going to roll out eventually to other devices. But you have to think they're setting up the infrastructure. They probably don't have enough blades yet to literally open the floodgates and allow everyone on PC, on PS4, on whatever devices that you want, like a tablet or anything, to allow everyone in, or else it would cause queues that people don't like. You see it on JFN, you see it on xCloud, you see it on whatever cloud gaming service that you're on. If there's a popular game that'll come out, you'll have queues. They probably want to avoid those. So right now, it seems that it will roll it out to PS5s at first, and over time, as availability goes up, it will slowly transition into more platform. Again, still speculative. So, who wants to comment on this?
That's freaking huge. I've been looking at the same articles. I haven't seen much. I know they just started taking people for signing up for the beta for the version 7.0, so you can sign up, and they said that'll load. If you sign up for the beta, you'll get access to version 7.0 like by the end of the week. So I'm hoping that Dr. Spaceman will do a sneak peek and let us all know how the cloud gaming works. What I found with the Discord integration is not much. Besides, it'll enable the voice chat. I don't know what else, if there's going to be more. I mean, I think PlayStation people have been waiting for since 2021 for that feature. Isn't that when they entered that partnership when we saw that information come out?
I do think it was 2021. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're most likely doing the same rollout as they did with Xbox when they're testing internally with the mobile setup, and then from there they go fully internal.
Yeah, I know. I saw they've been testing the PlayStation 5 games in the cloud they've been testing that internally. It's been under development and testing for several months now.
Yep.
That was so that's a good sign that they've been working on it. They've been testing it. It'll be nice to see it as a beta to roll out. I'm hoping that it comes to I'm really hoping we see it when it fully launches, that's in March or whenever that the actual firmware launches, that we'll see that a software update for PC as well then, because that would be kind of nice.
Absolutely.
But like I said, we all get to take this with a grain of salt, but I think this is the start. Even if it's just console initially, I'm okay with that. I don't have a PlayStation 5 console, but I'm okay with this being the start. They started with the console. We see that they're probably going to get the mobile cloud working as well, and then they bring it over to the PC, because we all know that the console is their primary, so that makes sense that it would go there first, and then they work their way down the pipeline, getting everything.
Well, it also could be server related, since if they're just now switching over to AWS.
Yeah, who knows how long that's going to take.
So,
yeah.
Yep, absolutely. So you have to think it's going to be a slow rollout. to make sure everything works properly, not just for the amount of people that have access to it, but also for the platforms themselves. So
Right.
as they're introducing new hardware, um, new software as well, and everything, so you want to go one platform at a time. They could open the floodgate, but if they want us to go as smoothly as possible, they're going to open to certain platforms. Like we've seen the same, even with GFN when they introduced the 3080 tier with 120 FPS and everything.
Mm.
At first, it was only Samsung mobile phones that had access to that, and eventually it opened up to more devices, and then eventually to all devices. Stadia had similar thing for the app, where only certain cell phones had access to it.
Didn't
So
XCloud have the same something similar as well, like a
Yeah.
slow rollout? So it's a normal thing that you see.
It's because they don't want to overload it. That's the thing
Yeah.
with the servers. You put too much stress on it, everything crashes, and then goes the
Yeah,
whole setup
well,
you had.
we saw that with
It's
when games have
Oh.
launched in the cloud.
I mean, it's not just for overflow. It's also for just testing things. If there's something
Platform.
wrong with the software, if there's
Yeah,
something
Q&A.
going on, you want to do a slower rollout, less devices affected, the better. Because if you just this is an issue that I have as someone who works with the government. Sometimes they do an Air Force wide push,
Mhm.
and it just it will cause all kinds of issues. And if they had done proper testing at the lower end, you wouldn't have stuff like that.
Sorry, you said you put proper testing and government in the same sentence.
Yeah.
They just want the
Yeah.
latest and greatest. Like, push it. I don't give a shit. Push it.
it's
Yeah.
I think-
wishful
Is
thinking.
it better? Go.
And then also with a slow rollout too, you get feedback too. You
Yeah.
get feedback
Yeah.
from people. They can test it out, and boom. I am extremely excited because I do have a PS5. I do have PlayStation Plus. I think this is great. The Discord integration. Oh my god, yeah, this is huge. If you're a PlayStation 5 streamer or PlayStation 5 player, I mean, this is great. And then also it opens up a whole lot of thing down there. We know Sony has a lot of patents.
Mhm.
There's a lot of stuff they're working behind the scenes. So I think this is great. I think this is wonderful news.
Well, coincidentally, all this is launching on the year of all the MMOs coming for both consoles and PC players.
Ah, yes.
So
Yep.
coincidentally, everyone's going to be able to chat with one another playing the cross-platform MMO.
And like
Yeah.
you guys said, it gives them time to test, make sure since they're doing the beta test, it gives them time to get all this because the beta launches this week.
Yep.
And the full rollout is in March. So that
March.
gives you a
Yeah,
good
it's on the 8th.
Yeah, so you get a good almost 2 full months to test everything out, make sure there's because there's going to be a lot of people that will probably sign up for it. I mean,
Mhm.
I would assume so because they're going to want to try it. Most are going to be hoping that they'll get access to the Discord. I'm
There's
sure
no
a good
access for
chunk
that.
will love. Yeah, so some may think they just might read into it. Well, there's none there, but you never know. You never know. Sony might just not have said anything, and I think there'll be a lot that will try to check out the cloud stuff as well.
By the way, I just wanted to give special thanks to Polaris Sucks for gifting a subscription on the channel. Thanks, really appreciate it, man.
Nice. And then, Doc, we were talking about this earlier because I was sharing some of the threads that Zubitech released on Twitter. And one thing that caught my eye is something that Stadia was trying to do with their, tech-wise, was the flexibility of using certain resources for certain games throughout the cloud or partial cloud, and some parts being actually localized on the console itself, because apparently they can brute force it to get 10 times the power of a PS5.
Yep. So this is something Stadium managed to do it, but not in every game. Like Cyberpunk 2077, it's one of the reasons was running so well on Stadia is it was using more than one session at a time to push the game. So there's a few games that were able to manage it, but not every game was compatible with it, depending on the engine, the platform it was using. But like games on Unity were not able to do that elastic computing.
Yep.
But yeah, PlayStation harnessing that, like we've also seen they were working on in terms of hardware for the PS5 itself. And there's been patents showing that the PS5 Pro, when it comes, it won't be a more powerful GPU. It'll actually be 2 GPUs inside of your PS5. So instead of increasing the power of the hardware, they just multiply it. And that's what you receive. And I'm very sure that this stems from those research they've been doing for cloud gaming, that instead of trying to do some small upgrades, they just stack them together and have them working together to get more power out of them. So it'll be very interesting to see. But indeed, like those AMD Epic servers that that apparently they acquired, that they got in their data centers, there's huge power available there.
Yeah, and they're APUs, so it's basically like a 2-in-1 kind of scenario. I mean, if that's all true, what ZubiTech showed off, I mean, that's quite insane, a lot of power to utilize in terms of resources for games. And just imagine what Haven Studio's working on, because it's only going to be a cloud-only game itself.
Yeah.
Again, they literally took the assets that Stadia had potential of releasing and did the jobs themselves. And I know people want to be wishful thinking and pray that, maybe Sony's going to pick up Stadia assets from their server tech and all that, but why bother if they have patents from two of the biggest ones that started it all, which was Gaikai and OnLive, and they improved upon it.
Well,
Yeah,
and think about what they're and they're working with AMD as well.
Exactly.
So, like why would you take Stadia's tech when you are working? You've got like those Gaikai and all that, and on top of that, you're working with AMD, who has gotten involved heavily into the cloud arena with when it comes to cloud
these
services.
custom components. So there's no point. That's just would have been a waste of money in R&D.
Yeah. I mean, they're with PlayStation. They've been working with Shadow. They've been working with Boosteroid. All of these different. AMD is heavily involved in that stuff.
Yeah, they're all custom parts too for each company. That's what's insane, and people don't understand. Like, these are all custom made for each individual companies and their services that they're providing,
which makes it sets that apart from anybody else. Intel, Nvidia, all of these others. When you're
AMD is involved. Like, they have great talent, and sooner or later they will surpass Nvidia when it comes to price and value ratio.
Yep.
Yeah, so
I
kind of like it how AMD. What's that?
I was like, I don't know about that. I know their CPUs are great, but their GPUs are struggling right now.
They are. I mean, they knew, what is it, XT, whatever.
Give it time.
They're having a lot of issues with their some of their newer models with a vapor chamber, and some of their dies are having issues as well.
I'm just not happy with NVIDIA and that, what is it, the 4070 Ti BS that they released.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
give me that crap.
I'm gonna say this: both of them right now got BS. Okay, both of them got BS.
Well, I mean, both of them have issues. It's just it seems like AMD's getting a lot more flack on
I got a 3070, so I don't have any issues with mine.
But AMD has been resolving a lot of their driver issues since last summer. They ironed out a lot of bugs they were having.
All software side.
Yeah, it's all software side, but the drivers are responsible for a lot of things in terms of performance. It's what gave NVIDIA their major edge for the longest time.
Yeah.
Their drivers were up to snuff. Like every generation, they had good drivers for most games. It was running well. And performance are heavily tied to the quality of the drivers. The Intel A770 is amazing hardware. The GPUs they released, it's really crazy good hardware. My boss just got one a few days ago. He was doing some stuff with it, and he was like, man, for video editing and all that, it works well. But he's having an issue and he's returning it because all kind of stuff like will start to flicker. Logos are not showing at the right place because it just happens, like all kind of bugs. And it all ties down to the driver issue that it's having, which should be resolved over time if they do the proper work. But in order to do that, they need more people to use them, to have more partners actually putting in the work to have their software working properly with it. So AMD right now is in a good position because they got both the PS5 and the Xbox Series S and X on their lineup of hardware that people are using, are buying by droves. So not only is it good in terms of revenue, but in terms of software for mostly games that are being sold out there, it's a lot more system that are using the RDNA hardware line. So they want to make sure that their games are well configured to those GPUs, to that hardware. And if there's any issues they're encountering with the actual drivers on the hardware, and that they have to fix anything, and they share that with AMD, it all builds up at having smoother running drivers that will work well with everything. So that's why NVIDIA had the edge for the longest time. They had a monopoly over the GPU market, and AMD right now is catching up, partly because of the console market, but also because every single GPUs in the last 2 years were selling on the market. If you had a GPU on a shelf, it was gone like that, no matter if it was NVIDIA or AMD. So that still puts a lot of AMD GPUs out there. So it's really helping them because they're getting better optimization lately because of that.
Yeah. And did you guys see the NVMEs they're using for the PlayStation Plus cloud gaming? Apparently, they have their own custom made as well for faster load times, to reduce latency, along with their patent tech as well.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Hot tech.
Now, what I want to see is that versus what GFN is putting out with the 4080 tiers. If their latencies are very close, Sony came a long way quickly and surprisingly out of nowhere.
That's why tech is not easy
Sony
to
does.
get, but once it's out, it's out for everyone. If you
Hold on.
innovate. Hey, Meg, good to see you. Hello, Jensen Vet.
Oh,
You're not a gent.
Dang, just
wow.
Sorry to break it to you, Vet. I thought you knew. We lost Vet. So
I'll just be a logo.
Getting the tech up and running is a very difficult thing to do, but once you got it, everyone has it. So when Nintendo released a Rumble Pack so many years ago, then every company starting having some little motors in their controller that were vibrating. So the moment there's innovation happening on one platform, it's like, okay, it's the first one to have it. It's tech. You can bet your ass the next generation, everyone's going to use it. Sony switched to discs with the PS1. Well, guess what? The GameCube and the Xbox, original Xbox, and like all the platform, the Dreamcast, they were all using discs because while it was not as high performance as the cartridges that Nintendo were using, was much cheaper. Instead of paying close to $100 for just a physical cartridge without the software, it was barely more than a cent for a disc. That's how they got Squaresoft back then to switch their platform to Final Fantasy VII. And that's done a lot of success for them. So innovation, finding the best solution for gaming is great for your platform, but then everyone catches on very quickly. So what is difficult is to build your games, have the franchise, have the studios, have everything. That is expensive as hell. That is difficult. You cannot just buy all the studios. Building a wealth of studios that work well together, that deliver the product that will bring the people to your platform, that is difficult. And Sony has been successful at that for more over a decade, more than 2 decades actually. So they've been very successful with that. And now technology, AMD is delivering the cloud technology, and Sony's jumping on it. Guess what? They're catching up like that.
Yeah, and luckily they have offices here in Virginia, so I'm gonna get good service.
It's actually over there that they're testing out the new server blades.
Yeah, that's what I saw in the picture. I was like, oh, bet I get the best one right now.
So when I transition to North Carolina, it'll work out real well for me.
Yep.
Sweet, because I'll only be an hour from the Virginia state line. Nice.
So apparently they were recently shipped out there, and they're testing out the blades, and this was back in November, according to Zubitech. So I was like, oh,
so we're gonna have to keep an eye on your stream and Ash's stream, and Vet. Eventually, you're gonna be there.
Heck yeah. Well, I mean, I got family all over in Northern Virginia and in the southwestern part of the state, so I'm all over the place. That's my stomping grounds is Virginia. I know that state like the back of my hand.
Norfolk, Richmond, and then all my people are in North Carolina. But I got a lot of people over in
My
Virginia.
sister lives in Richmond. My brother and my mom live in Richmond area, Petersburg area. My dad's up in Stafford, which is like 30 minutes south of DC. I've got family further north up in Manassas area. So anybody from Virginia should know those. If you're not really from Virginia because you don't know that, then I'll be able to tell. So I'm familiar with driving all up and down 95 to get to throughout that whole area. I like America, Canada.
Canada.
I want to put a country in there, but I can't.
Oh wow, it's actually really close. Manassas, Virginia.
Is that where it's at?
Apparently.
Oh damn, I know where that is. I used to live there.
That's
My brother and my sisters went to high school there.
20 minutes from my house, I'll have a server. That's nice. I can't complain.
Your latency is gonna show up in the negative.
At this rate, I was like, with their tech, I'll be solid. No more downloading games. I'll be all right. Cool. I want to test it out. Sucks. Don't need to download it. That's the beauty.
Yeah,
you're right.
It's gonna look crisper than the console
of Northern Virginia. Oh, God help you with the. You don't have to drive anywhere, do you?
Oh, I do. And traffic.
I'm sorry. I feel so sorry. Yeah, don't remind me. I know all about that whole area. God, that sucks.
Yeah.
It's like driving in California.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. People freeze up on the highway.
In my opinion, Americans either live in Texas or California, and the rest is just called the.
Hey. Yeah. I'm in California.
Don't forget Florida. Florida is its own country.
Yeah, but pretty much. Heard about it.
I left North Carolina for
What up,
California. What up, Link?
Monkeys.
Heard about a new podcast, Barrel of Monkeys Yelling in a Room Virtually. Sorry, what?
I thought he was making fun of me for a moment.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure if he was implying I was the monkey.
There's one thing that's interesting. They said new markets when it launches. So I want to see what the markets are. Yes. I know their end goal is just to be like xCloud, expand and reach everyone at one point.
Can they put one in Greensboro? I'd be okay with that.
When they changed to the new PlayStation Plus platform, they already expanded the cloud to a few more countries, like 4 more countries, I think.
No.
Somewhere in the Middle East, and also Japan for PC.
Do you think that's why the rebrand was done in that way? Because this was the ultimate goal, was for the massive expansion, and they knew they already had these things lined up with what they wanted to do, and that's why they did this.
Well,
they've been thinking about that for a while.
That's the beauty of it. It's literally all under one little category, like one brand name. It's just PlayStation Plus, and you just have 3 tiers, and that's it. It's less confusing.
Makes so much sense.
Yeah. It all makes perfect sense.
So, but yeah, if they come out with the update for PC and then hopefully expand to mobile, then yeah, they have a hitter on their hands at that point.
Meg's asking, we're talking about a PS5 update thing. Yep,
I thought there was a Y at the end of it. Are you guys
talking
about that PS5 update thingy?
We have to try it out again, man. Meg, PlayStation Plus works wonders over here at my place, and I know you're not too far. Works wonders for me.
I didn't see the S there, Link. Sorry. And I've been telling her she should sign up for PlayStation Plus or what. It works amazing.
I like it because it actually works on the console and then the PC as well. And for some reason, I was telling Doc and other people, like when I play with the xCloud, for some reason it doesn't work on the console, but it works perfectly fine on the browser. And it irritates me
on the browser
because I don't want to keep downloading games locally.
On the browser, xCloud works really well. On the PC app, total garbage.
But Microsoft pushes you to use the app. They keep saying use the app. That's where everything's optimized, and I'm like, no. That's where it's not optimized, because once again, you're telling me to use a Windows app, which right there is the problem. But we've known about how good the graphics look, everything looks on PlayStation. I mean, that was why Doc and I started the whole podcast when we first noticed that, because I was playing God, I don't even know what I was playing at the time.
You
Might
were
have been.
playing Call of Duty Black Ops
Oh
3,
yeah,
I think.
and I think at that time, if I had removed all my overlays, you would not have known I was on a PC playing that in the cloud because it looked like it was just native on a PS4.
Yeah, like
It
works
had
perfectly
already
fine on
switched to
Edge.
1080p.
Like
Yeah.
on Edge, it works fine, but on console or the app itself, it struggles. There's like some weird glitches going on, or I get pixelations. Like I was trying to play Battlefield 1 on Xbox with a friend of mine because he's like, dude, download the game. I'm like, dude, I have no more space because there's no storage options for the Xbox because they have proprietary tech, which is only up to 2 terabytes. And then for me, I need a lot more than that. And he's like, all right, just download it. Because every time I seen as I played on cloud, boom, pixelation. I couldn't shoot. I couldn't do anything. There was latency. And then I was like, everyone's telling me, why don't you try it on the Edge browser? I'm like, then what's the point of being on the console? Did it crystal clear, no issues. I'm like, why can't they implement that on the console? Meanwhile, on PlayStation, it works either one. There's no issues at all. I can even do remote play, and it still looks crystal clear. So,
Yep.
Oh
I
man,
don't
Uh,
know what's going on
she
there.
was really using it a while ago. She was
Maker,
only,
you're
it
muted
was
right
at
now.
720. Oof.
Oh,
It
wow. Yeah,
it's been
720 is way
saying that
better.
it was 720 for PlayStation, but it's been 1080p for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, that tells you how long ago she played it last.
exactly.
Like, in fairness, I was super impressed with PlayStation Now when I tried it a couple of years ago. 720p was super crisp. They had already. Maker I think is rebooting, having a problem with his microphone. But PlayStation
guys.
did the update to 1080p a while ago and just didn't announce it. I believe because they were rolling it out from territory to territory.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they were testing it out. I think they didn't want to set in stone that it was 1080p until they could make sure that it was working really well for everyone. So
Yeah.
What I want to
Yeah,
say
Maker?
is, for me, xCloud works fine on the app, but I do get pixelation once in a while, and that works on both the console and on my PC. So I'm not sure exactly like where it works for some people and it doesn't for others.
To me, it's just that pixelation and then somewhat latency. But on the browser, it works beautifully. I just don't understand it. Maybe it's some optimization issue they had when trying to transition it, but hopefully it gets fixed in the future.
I think
Yeah.
it's data centers too, though. It's if you're close to a data center, I think you.
No, I'm
are
close to it. That's not the issue. xCloud works perfectly fine on the browser. It's just the and even PS
It's-
Now works amazingly well. It's just the
I
actual.
guarantee you, it's the Xbox app.
Yeah,
It's the app itself that they, for whatever reason, it's nothing against the. It's something with. I swear it's got to be something with Windows, the optimization or whatever is being done with Windows because it's an app. It's a
exactly.
Windows app, and sometimes those apps aren't the best. I've
'Cause
been saying that.
I have fiber internet. I play it on my console. It actually plays great. If I play it somewhere like in the browser, and it's weird because when I was playing it in the browser, it was actually really, really good. But I've noticed lately it's been, it's been very pixel, and I'm like, what is going on? And it's not that great.
Yeah, even
I
Edge just
had
said
that.
it works on the Edge.
It's
Yeah,
not.
I had that.
It
I had
hasn't.
that as well with DC League of
Yeah.
Super Pets one, and then the Last Kids on Earth.
But it's
Two games
night and day.
have
It is
pixelation.
night and day with PlayStation Plus. If I play a
Oh, yeah.
PlayStation Plus on it, I don't have an issue. I don't have the pixel, but I definitely do. And I'm like, it's been a while though, man. This thing's been in beta for a while. When are they just gonna like just fix it?
Microsoft might have been tweaking with the performance just in case the CMA does more sampling.
I have
Well,
I have noticed
look,
it
their
be a lot
resources
more.
are occupied right now with an acquisition. So
It's
know,
weird
their
'cause
hands are kind of.
my son played High on Life, and he streamed it through the console. Not any issues. I was very shocked. But there's other
Bravo for
games
you
that
letting them play it.
well,
That's
don't
not
tell
against-
mom, Dad. Don't tell mom. But and it played great. And then I'm over here in my I played in my browser. I streamed. And it has never been this. It's been pretty bad, like really bad lately. So I don't know what the hell is going on.
I have noticed that I'm getting a lot more pixelation in the past several months.
Yeah.
Previously, like last year, I played through the entirety of A Memoir Blue on my console. Like me and my girlfriend played it, and it ran perfect. Like no hitches, nothing. It's just I don't know what's going on lately where it's getting a lot more pixelation.
I heard they blamed Sony for the problems. That's what it was. I'm just trying to veer the conversation back to Sony, so it seems to be we're veering off to Xbox.
Their cloud works great for me. I had a little bit of pixelation when playing through Horizon because I played the entirety of the first Horizon in the cloud before I played Forbidden West.
So you just jinxed yourself. I would not have. You better retract that statement. You just jinxed yourself. Your next stream it's gonna be pixelation everywhere.
Oh man.
Never say that.
I'm just to me, I've never had such a good experience on Exa as I have this week.
And it's gonna tank.
And I will say the remote play has been excellent. for me too. And I'm not a PlayStation fanboy. I'm not an Xbox fanboy. I'm just telling you the experience and the truth that I'm going through. I just game, but I have noticed some issues with xCloud in my browser, and I use the Edge. So I'm not using it on Google Chrome. I'm not using it on Opera.
What you doing?
Close by, aren't you? I don't want to know what he's doing on the Edge.
What's that?
But you're close.
What are you doing? You messing up your router or something, making it just?
I have fiber internet. Like I have
Young Ye when he was testing out Stadia and you had super glitches.
I know what it is. He put a PlayStation sticker on his router and it's got bias now.
No, I got Wi-Fi 6. I got Wi-Fi 6.
He's in Silicon Valley. He should not have any issues. I remember giving you a hard time about that. Just because you're in California, I stream Saturday night. I do xCloud, and I've been playing, and I'm like, holy crap! I played, what was that game? Vampire Survivor. I couldn't see it. It just started like really getting really bad, and I was like, "What the?"
But already pixelated graphics, so that doesn't help either.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
So what is it gonna be? Double pixelation? Like, all right.
Believe it or not, it was pretty bad. So I'm like, I don't know what.
I don't know what they're doing. They're either doing upgrading things behind the scenes that's affecting the overall service, or they're not doing. It's getting overloaded and they're not taking care of things. But with the amount of people that utilize the PlayStation Cloud, you would think that would have similar issues. And I'm like, but I still have yet to see any problems. Very rarely do I have any issues with pixelation, anything. I have zero latency for the most part, but I've never really had any issues where I've seen it pixelate to where I'd have to quit streaming it. And that's been that way from the get-go since I started it. I signed back up like a year ago or 2 years ago, whenever we first started CloudStation. That was when I did that and jumped into it. And I noticed that shift from the 720 to 1080 without them saying anything, and they stealth dropped, upgraded that stuff, and it's been nothing but it's just gotten better over time. The only thing I need now is some PS5 games to add in, and I'm done, and I'm sold.
And it's like before I got my PS5, I did a full evening of streaming for quite a few hours, jumping from one game to the other on PlayStation Plus. And for that whole evening, I only noticed when I was playing Uncharted 4, it was like a fraction of a second where I got a tiny bit of pixelation. There was a lot of movement on the screen. And for the whole evening, it's the only pixelation I saw. It was very quick, very like, saw it and it's gone. It was the only time I had pixelation the whole evening. Everything else looked just crystal crisp, clear. Like if I had the console in the room with me hooked up to the monitor, it just looked so good. So PlayStation, they've been doing their homework on cloud gaming. They haven't been delivering the product because they want the form factor that they want for when they deliver it, and they're still building it. Now we're seeing the PS5 games roll out in a limited factor to the consoles, as where the report are saying. But that is a basically a new step they're taking, and they're gonna go slow about it for sure. But it's just gonna keep increasing. The fact that they are bringing the PS5 games means their hardware is now in good shape. They're ready to go on with a full rollout. They're just doing it in a safely manner, not to roll out a service that will be broken for everyone and to ruin their name. So as you get access to it, it should still perform really well. I'm really eager to try it out when they roll out the PS5 games, but it should be pretty amazing.
And I'm
So I'm
okay
psyched
with
for
this.
it.
I'm okay with the slow rollout, to be honest. I'd rather
Oh,
them slowly roll the stuff out and not be a beta where you know you're going to have issues. And we know that's a Sony thing anyways. It's just they always take their time to make sure everything is working perfectly.
So it turns out that the PS5 games is actually only for the premium tier.
Yeah, it's only for the premium tier.
Ah,
Well,
so
it
they're
you
finally
only
giving
get
something
premium.
to premium now.
I've got
so you only get the streaming with premium anyway. If you don't have premium, you cannot do the cloud gaming.
Hey, guys, I don't know if you guys know, but Elvis Presley's daughter has passed away.
I saw she was taken to the hospital a couple hours ago.
Yeah, she died.
Oh man.
And 2023 is a rough start already.
Tell me about it.
Wasn't she the one playing in what's that movie with Leslie Nielsen? The cop movie.
I think she was married to Michael Jackson at one time, and they had Bubbles. She said.
She was young, wasn't she? Yeah, she. Oh. What?
Oh shit! Damn it, Ray! Now look, the chat's gonna take it off from there. We talking about blankets and bubbles, Jesus.
So, what was I gonna say again?
Oh
yeah, there's something I've been. You wanted to say something, Maker?
Yeah. With this rollout with cloud, I'm hoping that they eventually get the cloud to PC soon. Because I enjoy playing on my PC a lot, and I remember trying to, because whenever I have downtime, like with work or with anything, I'll try and get a little gaming in, and I tried Ghost of Tsushima, and I forgot that I had upgraded to like the PS5 version, and the PS5 saves don't work with PS Plus streaming, and so I wasn't able to play from my save that I had on my PS5, and I still haven't finished Ghost of Tsushima, and I if I had that little bit of convenience that I could play it on my PC, I definitely would probably beat it by now.
I mean, it should be fixed by the 8th in March, hopefully.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah, because it's right now we're still grasping at news coming here and there. It might roll out at the same time on PC, it might not. Nothing has been confirmed by Sony yet. It's still just rumors.
Well, I take that,
something's happening.
Right, but the fact that they haven't confirmed yet, I almost want to take that as a positive, because when they make the announcement, you know they're going to make a big deal about it.
Yeah, they would debunk it immediately if it was spread like wildfire, which it has.
The fact that they haven't said anything is a good sign, because typically when something leaks out, they're quick to be like, no, this ain't happening.
Yeah. And every outlet has it in their possession now, and they're all spreading it throughout the media. So if Sony hasn't said anything yet, or their team hasn't said anything yet, it must be because, it's actually happening. Just might not be those dates, but who knows?
Right. No, it might actually be those dates.
Might.
So
it might not.
They're keeping silent about it, and that's it. But one thing I wanted to say, like we talk about slow rollout that they're going to start with the PS5 consoles and eventually possibly mobile. One of the rumors that it might also come out at the same time on Xperia phones, but it's also possible that it might roll out to more phones, and in order to limit, because the moment it's available for all mobile phones, that's going to overload the servers. A
Oh,
lot of
hell
people
yeah.
are going to want to try it, and it's knowing how well PlayStation Cloud Gaming works, it's very likely that it's going to work really well on mobile. So there's going to be a lot of people using it if it works as well as it does on PC. Now, in order to slow down, I would not be surprised. Right now, there's a Stars program that you have on your profile. As you acquire trophies, buy games, and everything, you are building up that profile. So currently, I'm level 3. Maximum level is level 4. I'm missing like a little less than 40 trophies to make it a level 4. And there, depending on which tier you're at, you get different perks. So I actually have the list right here. So level 1, you get access to digital collectibles by completing campaign, receive a celebration collectible. 2 is pretty much the same, but you get more. So the first 3 is similar, but the third one, you also get a birthday collectible. And level 4, you receive the level 4 celebration collectible, birthday collectible, PSN anniversary collectible, and a chat priority routing. So you get some priority over stuff. Would not be surprised if anyone level 4, once they start rolling out the mobile support on more devices, get an invitation to the beta that they get a priority access to that, and then they'll trickle down to more users. So
I do have an issue with PlayStation Stars. So I can't level up until I make another game purchase.
Yep.
And I don't like that, because there's a lot of games that, because recently I got Diablo 2 remastered and I got that digitally. And that's fine, that counted. I have 1 out of 2 purchases I need. The problem is when it rolled out PlayStation, or what is it? Is it PlayStation the Stars? Is what it's called?
yeah, PlayStation Stars.
Yeah, PlayStation Stars. God of War had just released, and I had pre-ordered the Jotnar edition, and through GameStop, that purchase didn't count towards the PlayStation Stars, despite PlayStation Stars being out at the launch of God of War Ragnarok. So that didn't count. My next big purchase for PlayStation is Final Fantasy 16, and I have a deluxe edition pre-ordered at Best Buy. It's not going to count towards my PlayStation Stars. So I'm
it's a PlayStation Store purchases.
Yeah.
Like
They
I got
tell you that up
the
front.
yeah, but it's but
God
it's
of
still like
God of War
PlayStation games I'm
Ragnarok. I
buying.
got it with. I got a
Maker,
digital
you
code
gotta
for
redefine
God of
brand.
War
Yeah, that's a
Ragnarok
user
on my
error.
console.
No, it's not.
Didn't
I
count.
want the physical editions.
That's user error. They even
Oh.
tell you in big print. They actually bolded it for you, like, "Hey,
But
only
that
for digital
sucks, because
purchases
I've
in
got
our
a-
store."
I read it. It
But-
actually
but
said,
that-
"Maker
but
of
that sucks,
Chaos,
though.
please read this."
Because that's how they get you, though. Like everything has a catch.
I'm not gonna buy digital games just so that they can give me a few extra points.
See,
Well,
I
then
agree with you
don't-
on that
then
point.
Don't complain about it.
I complained about it because it doesn't feel making you purchase stuff to
Here's where I
level
agree with
up
Maker on the whole
sucks.
purchase part and the rewards
It's
you get out of it.
designed as a reward program for people who are invested in the PlayStation ecosystem and really love it. So if you're just a casual user who only get the special editions and don't get his other
Casual
games,
user, I'm spending like $200
Physical
within like
at
several.
stores.
Like, actually, the
Yes,
God of
you
War
are
was over
You are a
$200.
store
for it.
user. They don't cater to the store users. They
It's-
want the
it's
digital.
dumb.
They want you using it, buying everything from the
dumb. I don't
system
like it.
itself.
Who's you going to GameStop?
Me?
You-
I
you're
really
going-
got out of
you are going to GameStop.
No, I shipped
What's
it
a
to my
GameStop?
house.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's a
I'm
story that's
trying.
almost about to go out eventually.
I'm just picturing you like.
I honestly, I originally tried to buy the God of War Jotnar edition from the PlayStation Store, but they sold out, and so I had to get it from GameStop.
Maker's
GameStop.
gonna go to GameStop and everyone's gonna ask him for advice and directions in the store. And
No. I walk
Where's this game at?
I go to GameStop and someone asks me if I need help. I go, I know more than you.
Oh my God! What you're
like the
so you're
cashier
an
asks him for
an
help when he goes to GameStop.
asshole.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've been in the electronics section.
Ray, does that really surprise you though? Come on now.
I've been in the electronics
know more
section
than
of
you do.
Walmart and watched as a cashier was trying to explain why one
They
PC
screwed
was
up the
more
sheets.
expensive the other.
Whoa.
He's like,
time out. Your first mistake was the fact that you said electronics. You used the word Walmart and
And
computer.
electronics. Not even Micro Center. It's just Walmart.
I know.
And he had his eyes on the cash register. What you about to snatch and grab? What you doing? Hanging out the cash register.
He said, I was just looking at the cashier.
I had to help the customer out because the guy was telling him the complete wrong things. He was like, this one has a higher number, so I'm guessing that's a newer processor. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, you're comparing Intel and AMD. Oh my gosh, the reason why one's more expensive is running an Intel processor compared to the AMD one.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's the same thing at Best Buy. If you ask for help from the Apple section, they'd be like, "Oh, I don't know. It's on the sheets, though." I'm like, "Thanks, real good help there. Appreciate
It's
it."
made with an apple. You want to buy it because it's an apple.
I just started
Yeah,
laughing.
it's,
I was like, "All right, I can't take you
it's
serious."
Apple. It's eco-friendly. It's
It's
no
it's
pesticide on
eco-friendly,
it.
but twice as expensive.
But yeah, it just frustrates me that I can't get to the next level because I have to purchase more things.
Yeah, I agree on that.
You know
Compared
what?
to
Then
the other competitors.
Just purchase something. Purchase some random crap that you
No.
don't really need. Just to get to
No.
the next level. And suck it up and purchase something.
I'm not gonna lie. I bought some indies, and it does count towards it. So there you go.
See? Even if you never played.
I've already
You
got
can
a
buy
lot
a
of
game at
indies
10 cents and it's
on
gonna
PC.
count to it.
Hey, there is actually a game for 5 cents. It's called Chopping Wood or something. It was like 9 cents or 5 cents. There you go. That's your second
chopping
game.
wood.
Yeah, it's
No.
like chopping wood. Something. It's like a competitive game, and it's all pixels.
Choking wood?
This is a true story. Went to Best Buy and I'm looking at monitors, and the guy, he says, "Oh, I see you're looking for monitors." Yes, I am. I stream. I'm a streamer. Oh, you know what? The best monitors to get is 60 hertz. That's what you want. Those are really good monitors for streaming. 60 hertz. And I looked at them. Excuse me? Yeah, they're good on the eyes. And, everybody thinks 4K or 2K.
Yeah,
Really,
for
what you want to get? You want to get a 60 hertz monitor. And I just looked at them and I walked out. I said, I'll come back another day. You just good Lord. I'll come back.
Oh gosh.
I'll come back when you're not working. Thanks.
60 hertz monitor.
That's why I don't ask them for help. I just go and get it.
I wanted to say, dude, you're supposed to upsell me. That's what your job. You're a salesperson. You're supposed to upsell me, not downsells me. Come on, man. But all right.
It's an OLED monitor. Like, oh, it's LED.
What can you tell me about this computer, this PC right here?
Hey, that LG monitor is nice though.
It's got
nice
RGB
lights on it.
It's got RGB lights that go around.
It turns on.
It turns on.
If you push this button, it'll turn on. I know that.
Yeah.
God, they're.
Yeah.
Oh
You
man.
start reading the box. It has Adobe. I don't know what it does, but it sounds fancy.
Sounds Italian.
Oh shit.
Adobe.
Oh gosh.
So, yep, super big news. Hoping that we get soonish some announcement from PlayStation. Wouldn't be surprised if they just make the announcement like a few days before.
I
But
would love them to come out with
proceed.
I need an Apple app as well.
Guys, know we
that's
need
all I
that
need.
pirate game from Ubisoft. Delayed for like the 10th time. It's like, my bad, guys. We'll come back in a minute.
Yeah, I can't wait to play Skull and Bones.
By the end of next year.
Oh,
Yeah.
Skull and
man.
Guns.
Cold bones.
I love their message. Oh yeah, sorry guys, we just gotta fine tune it. Same reason. It's just gonna be delayed one more time.
Look for April Fools to April Fool's Day. 23, 24, April Fools, April Fools.
Oh
What
god.
idiot?
Look at
I would love-
Ubisoft like job listings. We're looking for someone who can fix a game.
Actual
Anybody.
management potential, please.
Anybody. We don't care who you are. Just we need somebody.
I did read that they have a strike force team. They're gathering some of the best Ubisoft guys to come and help
I love that
finish
they
and
utilize
fix this
use
game.
military terminology for that. shit.
Strike
We got a
force.
strike force team, guys.
Strike force.
They need to call
Like-
back some of the guys that are working at Haven just a few streets over.
Jade, can you come? Jade, can you come back? Can you come help us?
Meanwhile, she's
they're
working
in-
on PlayStation exclusive.
They're
No,
in trouble. They're in trouble, man. They're losing money. I know investors are pulling their hair out. Some of the games they just have not been making the sales.
Well, that's
And
where
it's
Xbox
like-
comes in. They paid them a good amount for the UB Plus that's coming soon. There you
That's
go.
the thing.
Or put them on the
Ubisoft,
subscription.
Yeah.
because when Google Stadia opened SG&E, there is a lot of
They invested
Ubisoft
in that.
employees. Yeah, they invested in that, but not only that. When Jade Raymond joined in and opened SG&E, they actually opened the office in the same building on a different floor, and literally some Ubisoft employees walked out from Ubisoft and joined that because it was better paying, it was innovation, it was intriguing what they were doing. And it's like my brother knows some of those guys, and it's like they only picked the top at Ubisoft to go there. And those guys followed over when they shut down SGNE and opened Haven. It's the top like 33 employees of the studio followed over to Haven. So she handpicked who she wanted part of SGNE and just moved a few streets over, and they opened Haven. And so that's all like the top, like the cream of the cream from Ubisoft that are working on that PlayStation exclusive right now. So whoever was making the magic work, a good part of it is in that studio right now doing something else.
You literally just described Mythic Quest on Apple TV.
I haven't watched that show.
When they actually did it, they're like, let's just go down the elevator. They have their own other studio. I was like, all right. And the sad part is it makes fun of Ubisoft. So I was like, oh, all right. That works out.
It's pretty much.
'Cause they showed For Honor and everything.
A big issue I feel like Ubisoft has is they constantly try and chase trends instead of try to innovate and create their own.
Yeah,
Yes, I agree.
There's actually an article that stated that.
100%.
They don't have their own identity. That's the problem.
And yet they have such big franchises.
I mean, if they stuck with like Assassin's Creed, I think they'd be fine. But they've hopped on. They have so many different things going in so many different directions. I don't know how the hell they can focus.
Well, did you guys see the tweet that happened with AC? One of the developers or whoever it was stated that we only gave you guys Mirage because apparently you guys are burnt out on the open world version of the games we're coming out with.
Oh, and also,
like who says that?
Assassin's Creed Mirage was not a game. It was DLC for Valhalla.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
it's not really going to
People got
launch.
fed
It's gonna
up
just
with
be a big old
for
mirage.
DLC for Valhalla, so they made it an actual game.
Well, the problem I have is like look at all their previous games. They try and monetize it into like live service style games, XP boosts, this constant evolving things. And I think that they just make some good single player games, and we will like it. You know, that's all you got to do. Like you don't have to do live service for all your games. Like look at Roller Champions, it's a live service game. I mean, they even tried to make Valhalla into more of a live service style game.
Well,
Maker. I saw a pop up. You were playing Riders Republic. Stop it.
No, it wasn't.
Riders to develop as a DLC for Valhalla. It was an idea that became its own game.
They even said it themselves.
We gotta fact check it. Someone fact check.
Yeah. Last time I saw the article, it said that they themselves said it was going to be a DLC, but instead they decided to expand it as a standalone game. But then they also wanted to go back to its original roots because people were complaining because they weren't happy with Valhalla and the direction they're going. I'm not either. I didn't like those freaking skins in a Viking era game. It made no sense. All of a
I
sudden, it
didn't
looked
like
like somebody from
Valhalla
Lord of
in
the Rings.
general. Obviously,
Yeah,
like, I didn't like
the idea with
Valhalla
the
in
DLC
general,
when
but
they
that's
when they
that's
put
just
it on paper, it was going to be a DLC, but they saw that people were fed up of too much DLC over in Valhalla because it was getting ridiculously big.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan of the skins. Now I can be a samurai in Valhalla when it's supposed to be Vikings. Like, all right, cool. Just ruin the whole immersion for me.
I'm okay with skins, but like once you start selling XP boosts and stuff like that, then you got a problem on your hands. That means you're designing the game around that people buy those XP boosts.
Just skip everything basically.
Yeah, or
I haven't-
even dumb down the damage so that it makes it more tedious.
Well, she's going to tuck her Moby's her dog, right?
Yes.
Gonna tuck her
Yeah.
dog in bed.
And then there was that other news with PlayStation with their exclusive, or was it People Flying something, or People Can Fly?
Yes, there's a
Yeah, People Can Fly.
sci-fi third-person shooter that there's some footage that leaked online,
Yep.
and people have been looking into it. And someone was able to, because it's a bit blurry,
What
but
Outriders,
someone was
Outriders
able to
did?
find.
Let's
Well,
hope not. Outriders isn't a bad
because-
game, but the collaborations weren't great.
But in the corner
Yeah.
of the image, there was a red written in red, and there was some leaks that came out of People Can Fly, including like the development name for their titles, and it was a few ones that were listed there, including Outriders. I don't remember what it was, and Red was another title they were working on that didn't have much detail.
Yep.
But people have put two and two together. And it's like, this is a PlayStation exclusive game that's being developed in collaboration with XDev over at PlayStation. It's being developed by People Can Fly. Now, I don't want to say it's going to end up this way, but it just so happens that People Can Fly a standalone studio with a lot of talent, because Outriders, even though it had a ton of issues, especially with a cross-platform part of it,
Still a fun game.
it was still a really good looking game. The gunplay is amazing in that game. They got talent in the studio, and that is the type of studios we've seen PlayStation acquire lately. And would not be surprised to see them, if the collaboration works well and the game is a success, would not be a surprise to see PlayStation going for that studio as well. Would be a very good investment for Sony. Would very good addition to their lineup of studios.
But personally, I prefer if Sony just went ahead and bought Square Enix. I think that should be.
I
their
think
next
that's coming
purchase.
as well.
If they do that,
I think that's
they have to get
happening.
a whole new management, because I don't know who's at Square coming up with these
Yeah,
ideas.
they're not.
No.
Square is so hit or miss right now. It's
awful.
Yeah.
They did trend down a whole lot of stuff, though. They've removed some of the stuff that was missing.
I'm
What was that?
iffy
That
on
first
the-
Pokemon game is not that great looking. I was not impressed with the demo.
Yeah, the demo didn't impress me either.
$95 for that? No, I'll pass.
I don't know about People Can Fly though. I think they're a solid studio, but it seems like a lot of their games are middle of the road. None of them really kind of achieved greatness, I feel. The main one that they did was like Painkiller in 2004. I looked up their works, and it's like Outriders, Gears of War Judgment, which is said to be the worst Gears.
It was actually.
Bulletstorm
was good.
Bulletstorm was pretty good. Duty Calls, The Calm Before the Storm. They ported Gears of War and then Painkiller. So,
just announced today though, you can get your Rainbow Six Siege Undertaker with the WWE and WWE SmackDown belts skins on Rainbow Six Siege.
Huh.
But
I hate
the thing
Siege.
with People Can Fly is they've been having some issues with some games, but some of the element of their games are phenomenal. And the fact that you're developing this new title with XDev,
And Bungie.
XDev is not just a relations. They provide resources to studios. They do a bit of supervision. They counsel the studios into the development, how to better optimize stuff, so they can actually help out people who can fly ship a really good looking game that plays really well. So if that collaboration works well, yep.
I think there's to some extent, because I mean, if you look at XDev's history with what they've worked on and who they've worked with, there are some like misses in there. You know, Destruction's All Stars is one that comes to mind.
Destruction
But
All Star performs really well in terms of game performance. It did not connect with the market.
no, it did
It
not.
was a total miss in terms of connecting with the players. But in terms of performance for the game itself, running on the console, it runs really well.
I mean, they left Death Stranding a bit. They've helped with Stellar Blade, Rise of the Ronin that's coming out, Returnal. But my thing is, they also have Bungie in their corner, which people keep forgetting. That's what they were hired for, is the live service games that they're coming out with. So if they have them in the corner to, put for the side of the battle passes, whatever they come up with for the microtransactions, which is not overkill like Ubisoft has done or other companies in the past, I feel like they do have a solid chance of making a good live service game compared to their history.
Oh, I think there's definitely a possibility of something good, but I'm kind of iffy on it. I'm like half and half.
Yeah, I'm not going to go high expectations. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Good. So yeah, we're really looking forward to that. I think People Can Fly has something to bring to the table that PlayStation is able to help them as much as People Can Fly has a very good offering. So it'll be interesting to see roll out. Personally, like we talked about it earlier, but I'm hoping because part of the rumors that's going around that Zubitech did share is that Haven game demo that's already live on the PlayStation Cloud.
Oh, imagine the beta. That'd have been nice.
If it's already live on there, I'm hoping we get at least some information very soon. Sorry, what?
I'm gonna giggle like a schoolgirl because I heard it was an MMO built on the cloud. Imagine that. The potential.
So that is, for anyone not sure, that is 100% the project that we're building at Stadia.
Yep.
They took everything, brought it
Machine
over
learning,
to the Haven studio, and they developed it alongside PlayStation. So this is the Stadia game everyone was waiting for from SGNE. That's what's being developed right now at PlayStation.
Yep.
And apparently the demo's already live.
I think if they say anything, it'll probably be around E3 time, probably August. About it, I don't think we'll hear anything in spring. I think they're probably going to focus more on Spider-Man coming later this year, some of their like early PSVR titles and stuff of that nature.
Well, there's supposed to be a show next month, according to some rumors. So if that does come to fruition, then hopefully they'll shed some light on their cloud gaming side.
I'm also wondering concerning Haven demo. I'm wondering if it's just kind of a slice where they're trying to show off to like PlayStation execs, like, or are we talking like a full build that they're able to iterate and like, because there's going to be like a basic concept at first, and then you go from there. You grow upon it. You create more and more, iterate, set dressing, level design, and it's first playable in a certain state, and then it just grows.
Yeah, well, it has been in development for a while now, though, so who knows?
Yeah, because they did share some tidbits of information about the game they're making, and what's been coming out is that what they're making is a social game, maybe akin a little bit to Animal Crossing. So it's not like a competitive game or something like that. So it's meant to be a social game. When they showed it to PlayStation jumped on it. They really wanted it. Apparently, it turned a lot of heads in the executives at PlayStation, and Mark Cerny was totally on board. He went from interested to totally like visiting the studio and giving constant calls. So he's been charmed by that studio. But given that it's a social game akin to what would be like Animal Crossing or something like that, it's very possible that the demo they have is basically the platform with limited capabilities, some elements that are stripped down that are going to be built upon in the future, and that we might be able to experience that demo maybe even in March once they roll out the PS5 cloud. Who knows? But also, more than a year ago, Jade Raymond did a interview with Insider Gaming. I think I'm not 100% sure who it was with, and she was saying back in at that time that what they had developed was already far beyond a terabyte in size for what would be installed on the PS5, and they were still adding elements to the game. We're still adding content. So it would be a huge game, and that's pretty much when it was confirmed that indeed it was a cloud-based game. And so they already had a lot of content more than a year ago that was ready to play. So it was still being brushed off. So that means if they have a demo available right now, even though it's not the full experience, it should still give you a clear idea of what the game is, what it looks like. And it's like, okay, it's still in development. So we might see something very soon, and we might be able to even try it very soon.
Well, the way he described it during the interview, it made it seem like it could be like Palia, which is one of those
Palia?
social. Yeah, it's a social MMO where you can pick farming, fishing, hunting. You have your RPG elements as well to it. It's like a mix of everything. It's supposed to come out this year, and that's like the way it felt. He was describing the game when he spoke about Haven
Can you
Studios.
spell that, Palia?
Yeah, Palia. But it's supposed to be one of the big MMOs this year.
That's
a community
definitely
stand
not. That's definitely not one that I've heard about being a big MMO game this year. Diablo 4 though, that one.
Well, that's an action RPG. It has MMO like elements to it added because of Path of Exile's competition.
Well, I mean, not just Path of Exile. Lost Ark did a very.
Oh yeah, they also did it really good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking a quick glance, it does look like what the type of project they were building.
Yeah, it's like a whole social MMO experience. It's not as big as Blue Protocol or Throne and Liberty or any of those other games, but it's up there.
Where are my tickets at?
JD sadly can't be with us. He's at work right now. He's shooting goals for the NHL in the cloud.
I was about to say you said it was like a pretty big MMO, and I'm like a big MMO player, and I was like, I ain't never heard of that.
Yeah, not in those like ranks, but as in big as in for that certain people who like the genre, they were like pretty hyped for
genre, so I wouldn't even know what we're talking about. That's just not my style of gameplay.
I love MMOs as long as it's done right and not like pay for win kind
like
of scenario.
The big ones I know people are talking about. Ashes of Creation is one.
See, I like that, but I don't see that coming out this year at all. It's going to be pushed again.
Yeah, a lot of MMOs are currently in the works at the moment.
There is that Pokemon shooting game that looks pretty cool though for PC.
I know what you're talking.
Like I would love to shoot a Pokemon just right in the face with an AK.
He got so excited you're talking about
shooting Pokemon.
Maker's
he was like,
frozen in time.
He got so excited and broke his computer. He's like,
his computer got an aneurysm.
Yeah, it's called Power World. There you go. That's the one.
Power World?
Yep, where you can shoot Pokemon like creatures.
Because there's also DokeV. We're still waiting to know pretty much anything. In the game.
That's from Black Desert
we don't know
developers.
What platform it will be on. We don't know.
Consoles and PC. They showed that.
Consoles and PC, just multiplat.
Yep. Same. All the future projects are multiplat. Ever since the success of Black Desert, they're pretty much making all their games multiplat.
He's not JD. Don't let him fool you.
JD saying, Ray, you're gonna play more PlayStation games now?
No.
Nah, man. I got a PC, man.
Bro, he's a cloud gamer and won't even stream PlayStation cloud gaming.
You're gonna
Come
be
on
forced to
now.
let go of Stadia anyway.
Uh-huh.
Hey, but
So,
6
hold,
more
hold up,
days.
Ray, you realize you are a cloud gamer, and I don't ever see you streaming PlayStation Cloud. You know they have a PC app, right? I
I'm
just
waiting.
want to make sure.
I'm waiting for the PS5.
There's the excuse. That's a good one.
I know.
I'm
I was
serious.
waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
Going to take the gaming cyborg title away.
He was a
Bro,
bite.
He's a
I've
bias
already,
board.
hey, I've already taken that title away. The amount of surgeries I've had, I'm the true cyborg going on here.
Focus.
I'm just the cloud cyborg.
Maker, where did Maker go? Maker.
I
I
told
think,
you
I
his
think his
computer
computer
shut down
crashed.
because he ran off to go shoot Pokemon.
He was like, "Oh, this looks nice. Hold on."
Let me get out of here. I'm still
It's-
here. I just
it's
loaded up a PlayStation Cloud
mentioned-
game just to see it. See
We
how it
mentioned Pokemon, so it's Nintendo that got triggered and going
JD
after
ran
us
him
one
off.
after the other.
ran.
JD ran him out of here.
Oh, boy.
Oh, there he is.
There he
How many
is.
Pokemon did you shoot?
Oh my! I accidentally kicked my power.
You kicked
Power
your
thing.
So you did
Pokeball.
get excited. See, you're right.
I did. Dude, that game looks crazy. Like you can basically like enslave the Pokemon, make them work in factories and stuff.
Be like, how do you like it?
Maker of Xbox.
Use them as like a shield. Like
Damn, JD.
Yep.
can we show that trailer? Because that is like the
Carry a
craziest.
Snorlax. Start
Oh,
shooting
man.
them with
Why-
an AK.
What's
Why
the name
you
of the
wanna
game
do
again?
that? Why you want to do that?
What's it called?
Pal World.
Yeah, Pal World. That's it.
Has anybody played Oddworld Soulstorm Enhanced Edition?
It looks like crap. I hate Oddworld. I can't do it. I can't.
I've
Maybe it's me. I
never
just
been
can't do it.
able to get into Oddworld.
No, I literally just loaded it up on the cloud, and I'm struggling to determine that it's only 1080p with how good it looks.
Oh, the game is not supposed to look good.
So Power like POW Space World.
It's just
PAL.
PAL World altogether.
I don't know.
Oh, Pal World.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
PlayStation's definitely fooling me with how the quality lately.
This is also going to be multi-plat as well.
Does Nintendo know about this game?
Oh,
Oh yeah, but they can't do anything. What are they going to do? Similarities. There's too many games for
They'll
that.
buy it
It's
out.
like looks
They'll buy
halfway
it out.
between Pokemon and Genshin Impact, and then you got guns going on.
Yeah, it looks like they're working
Like-
all together.
So
wait, no, just
Oh,
wait.
just watch. It looks
It's
friendly.
not out of their free will.
Just wait till you get to the factories.
This is a cute game, man. I want to play
So
this.
they took. Okay, so I'm
Oh,
seeing
there it goes.
Pokemon.
That game
Animal
doesn't teach you about
Crossing.
consent.
Whoa, man. Is this a furry
Hey,
game? Maker, look, man.
Oh, look at it. There you go. Carries on the head.
Wow.
Use it as a shield.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
wow.
just throw it away.
That's horrible.
All right. this looks
RPG.
dope. That does
My
look dope.
God, dude.
Wow.
I'm gonna enslave these people to make my
What?
gun.
Oh, my God. What the hell?
Make my ammo.
Meg said, "Is it Sky Climbers?"
Oh, dude.
yeah,
It's
that's
like
another
Sky Climbers on crack.
Oh,
Smoke
my
that.
God. What?
Sorry, JD.
Smoke that, man. Wait, what?
Oh god.
Slave him on.
All right.
Yeah, that's
That's
one game
horrible.
that it looks so crazy. I want to play it just to see, like, is it really gonna be like that, or is it gonna be bad?
And then you got Doki, which is a more friendlier version, and that's multi-plat.
Doki V looks so good.
I think it might be on Unreal Engine or their own engine that they use for BDO.
I think it's Unreal.
I might have to. I might.
It's Black Space Engine.
Okay,
which
so it is
I'm
their own
not familiar
engine.
with.
It's their
Yeah.
engine they use for BDO and everything, just enhanced.
Yeah, Black Desert. Yeah.
Because they have, I don't know what it is with the Korean games lately. They've been impressive with the graphic fidelity and everything. It just looks amazing.
Also, their character creator models are just insane.
Yeah, there's also another action RPG game coming out for multiplat. Crimson
Oh,
Desert,
okay, they were showing multiple games, but
Plan 8. That's another looter shooter coming out. So, lots of games.
that's DokeV.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, I thought that said donkey.
Oh.
Sorry, I misread that.
Excuse me. Oh my god.
Black Space Engine.
Yeah, it's impressive. Just like the way it looks, the art style.
Does that other cloud gaming service that starts with the what is that one? Ray,
BlackNet?
you've tested it. Yeah, does it use Black Space?
Oh yeah.
What the hell?
The full power of the Black Nut.
Coming to you soon. Oh gosh.
No wonder they went with that name.
Exactly. Any
does
title that's
playing
coming to the
Black
service,
not
it's
feel
coming
any
soon.
like fluid or?
Oh, fluid. Yeah, it's definitely fluid.
Oh,
What
I
in
need some
the-
juicy
no
news
part
about
of
that.
that.
It's a little sticky from my experience.
What
Wow.
the hell, bro?
Ray's
bro,
like, why did I
bro.
agree to be on this podcast? Is that a polar bear?
All the puns.
I heard
you
it's
can
really
come up
hard to get
We
into.
got
it,
Meg.
though.
We got
Oh, it's
Meg in the
definitely hard to
chat,
get in there.
man. We got Meg in the chat.
Ray,
Come on,
really?
now. Come on.
with. Ray's
You
thinking about
missed
these
the-
puns.
Yeah,
She
right.
did a
You know the
stream-
Meg's
she-
worse than us.
Hey, yeah, she did a first
No,
look
she's
at
not.
she did a first look at Mortal Shell. Just go watch that if she hasn't taken it down already, and just listen to the chat because that I can't divulge anymore because I may have already said too much.
I'm used to this.
That chat was just.
Yeah, you see?
There you go. Dude, the chat is her chat is way worse than us.
Yeah.
What is it?
Meg
Sprinkling?
has been exposed. She's been exposed to that.
No, that's a vet.
I did
That's
nothing.
Vet's fault.
I did not corrupt anyone.
Yeah, this year is gonna be a good year for gaming. I can't wait for these games to actually come out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'll
I
be
don't even know what I'm
interesting.
watching anymore. I'm already confused.
It's DokeV,
Oh,
and then there's Crimson
did it just-
Desert, Plan 8. Those are the
hell
major
was
games
that?
coming out.
It's very Korean.
Oh yeah,
That
Yeah,
thing's got a clock for a head.
I don't know what that thing is.
That was
Mortal
a
Shell
pink
was a mess.
anteater with a baby bib on. Art.
It does make it seem, hey guys, instead of blocking in
Had to
the
do
game, we
Fortnite
just
dancing.
get hard. Like, come on.
Oh,
my God.
just talk about being inside the
look at that
The
world.
dead
That's
body.
insane.
Oh my god, that is beautiful.
I think I saw the trailer for this.
Yeah.
I remember when they announced this. I think I said something about
That's
how
crazy.
this game looked was just phenomenal. I didn't know what was
It
going on.
does.
There was, but it blew me away with how good the graphics and everything looked in it.
It's
Yeah, I think
running around
DokeV is
with a
gonna be a
vacuum
hit.
cleaner.
It is.
Oh my god, look at that. That is amazing.
I mean, I'd play it. I wouldn't understand anything of what's going on, but I mean, it already looks like this is going to be a big successful game.
But that's going to be an MMO, right?
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
MMO.
I don't even play those that often, but I would
Wow, look at
play this.
that.
Look at that. Look at the sun hitting the water.
wow.
Going to be a
And that's
definite
we're
hit.
looking at it through Melon, and just imagine looking at it directly watching the video.
Man, you can do like it's GTA 5 style world exploration with Fortnite world destruction and
Magic
a whole
and
bunch of
Pokemon.
stuff mixed up.
I heard destruction, so I was
With
already
Pokemon
sold.
in it.
I when I saw you're able to destroy things, I was sold. Oh, except for that part, that just doesn't look very.
The world of this
appropriate.
game looks like real life. It's blowing my mind. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Oh, look at that. Play soccer too. Oh,
course.
come on now.
And they literally brought everything, even sports.
I just
Like
need to know.
Ghostbusters.
Why does the
I'm hoping
ant
that's what that-
why does the anteater have a baby bib?
Why not?
Like,
You're asking.
why
too many
wouldn't it?
questions. I know, right?
Nah, but Pearl Abyss is going crazy this year. Plan 8 is another one that looks amazing. And then the best one so far that I've seen was Crimson Desert.
The only issue I have is like I hope they don't overcomplicate things like they did with Black Desert Online. It was once you get into like the nitty gritty of like setting like retainers and you had to make sure you knew where your mounts were because they stay in stables at specific locations. So let's say you
there's icons
travel.
on it.
Yeah, you travel to like a city. Like originally there was no icons. I just had to like
No,
guess.
they updated it.
Yeah. and basically if you had left your like horse at
You're
one
lost.
town, it was still there. You had to go back to that city to go get your horse.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, they fixed it. I mean, the only complaint I had with BDO was they wanted to force you to do those trade routes and all that stuff. I was like, I'm not going to invest my crap in this. I just want to kill, loot, sell it on the market, and I made millions easily.
Yeah, and that was my complaint is there's so many different systems and so many, like you could like set up a route for your character to walk like and go do things. And it was super complex. And to me, I just want to wander and kill stuff.
Yeah, kill, farm, sell. That's how I
Just
played
like me. You guys hang around me too much. That's all I heard.
Now,
Kill.
Just to go back a bit, just thought of something about the PlayStation 5 thing we were talking about. When they say PS5 games on the PS5 that will be streamable in the cloud, do you guys think it will be only the PS5 games that are in the subscription, or any PS5 games you own? Not even digital.
Subscription.
Period.
Subscription.
Yeah.
I think it'll start that way.
It starts,
but I think the goal is going to be
your own library.
The whole library or purchasing as well.
Yeah.
And
here's the thing: it's competition. With Xbox promoting themselves and their services, they're going to want to do the same. It's competition. That's the beauty of it. Yeah. Whether like console wars aside, and all these people on Twitter, business booms off of competition.
But I hate to say, but Microsoft sucks at they're great at the ambition and what they want to do. It's just a lot of times getting it done. They rush things out. Look at xCloud and that lovely beta service.
Yeah. I mean, I will say this though: they have the better rewards program, and they just update as well. I don't have to buy games. I can just.
I don't do rewards. I don't do the rewards.
Yeah. I don't even have xCloud.
I told you.
I don't even have Game Pass Ultimate. I already canceled all that crap.
No, I have it. Just because I have PC and everything now, might as well.
Yeah, I don't really care for Windows or Microsoft, so.
Oh, I know. You told me you have your bad experience with Windows 11.
Stupid Windows. It's not just Windows. It's Microsoft. I hate them. Gosh, bastards. Red Rings of Death.
Go Microsoft.
Shut up, Ray.
I usually don't have too bad of a
this is a PlayStation
problem,
podcast.
But
I'm talking about Microsoft for.
Because it's all part of the competition at the end of the day.
I have them both, so I'm not gonna.
I don't know. I never see you.
I've got an iPad.
PlayStation.
I got every dude. Look, man, I love everything.
I got that. You mean like
I got a Steam Deck with Linux? I got an iPad.
Was that a Wii U you held up there?
No, that wasn't a Wii U. That was my Nintendo.
It's the greatest company ever, Nintendo.
Nintendo Switch. I've been starting to play on my Nintendo Switch.
I sold it. Couldn't do it.
I got a portable computer. I got a Chromebook.
Oh, there you go. You can cloud games since there's no Stadia. GFN.
I know.
That's what they're promoting now. Google's like, just go to GFN because we couldn't do crap with our services. You don't have
a PS5. I don't see no PS5 streaming schedule.
I actually might try the streaming on the PC app. It looks pretty clean, actually. I'm not gonna lie. It's very simple UI.
It's a horrible UI on PC.
Oh no, it looks simple. That's just me.
You can't search games is the problem I have. You have to
shit, there is no search.
Yeah, you have to go through either like the A through Z or the like best action games and then scroll over to find the game that you want.
Damn, how the hell do they not have a search?
PlayStation Plus?
Yeah.
They need to redo the app. Like, I think that's what's going to come eventually, maybe later this year or next year.
Better be with that app.
It's a whole new app that's going to be like And that's why
Maybe
they're
that's
not
why it's
spending
not.
too much time optimizing in this one.
Maybe that's
think
why it's
it'll
not
be-
coming to PC first.
Whole new app.
Is they want to revamp the app?
I think it's going to be a totally different app, and it's going to come with more than just the cloud gaming.
Like basic features,
because
like search.
basic feature, your actual like stars profile and your trophies and everything.
And the chat UI, because xCloud does have that. I'll give them that. I can
Yep.
actually go on a party chat and everything built in with the Xbox app.
They need to make a Vita too. It's called mobile.
Yeah, it's called
That's
Sony's,
one of the things I was going
$2,000
to mention. It's one of the things I was going to mention. PlayStation is getting heavily into mobile phone development, so we could see some of those also ported to PC, and that could be part of that app. And also, PlayStation is porting all their games to PC. If you have your PlayStation Plus subscription, if you have the games on, you might be able to play the games on PS5 and have some of them unlocked on PC as well. If you use the PC app, like what we're seeing with Xbox, there's many different things they can do by revamping the PC app. I think they can do something very interesting, and they would need indeed to do a heavy overhaul of the PC app if they did that. So yeah, I think that's why they're trying to use as minimal resources as possible to fix the current PC app, because I think it's just going to be scrapped and they're going to release a brand new app with a new UI, a new system and everything.
I don't think they'll scrap it. I think they'll just like take what they have
Update
with it and then update it. Yeah, because I very rarely, if they already have something that they've worked on, they'll take a lot of it and
Yeah, they'll do some integration, but I think it'll be a major change. So just fixing this one, I think, is worthless, because the what they're working on is probably so different that they can just do minor upgrades. It's going to be a major one.
Yeah, you would think that, but some of these most companies won't do that. They like to, if they've already spent time and money in a specific thing, they will want to take what they have with it and update it. They won't want to start from scratch most of the time.
We'll see.
Yeah, I
So
sent you guys the link for that phone. There's your PS Vita. It's only $1,400 on sale.
Damn.
okay, yeah, the
Best
Xperia
phone.
one.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass too.
Xperia one for 512
Dude,
gigabyte
it's
bright.
Oh, I
beautiful
saw,
specs.
I saw that. I actually looked it up, but I can't afford it.
HDR OLED screen. That's some
It's
awesome
amazing
stuff.
specs. It's just overpriced.
Is it though?
Yeah,
It's
Sony
Sony,
makes-
so that's why it's priced like an Apple device.
More than Apple. 1,600? Jeez.
That's true.
Plus
Yeah,
tax.
with
There
the
you go.
what's the
See the dude talking.
No, but they do have beautiful screens and everything. Imagine playing PlayStation Plus on that.
No, you know
No,
what?
put
That's
it
the
in
same
the,
price. That's about the same price. So the iPhone 14 Pro Max 512 gig is $1,400. So that's
So it's
priced at
$200
about
more without the sale.
Yeah. Well, you're paying for that Sony name,
Yeah.
and it probably still looks better than the other. But I mean, it's just you're looking at I wouldn't even want to try to compare it.
Aren't their Xperia sales down lately?
They're not as big as like Samsung or any of the other manufacturers. Like, for example, what was the other one? Not Oppo. The other one that's the OnePlus. Even they have more sales.
they're not as big in North America as they are in other markets, because I think they're selling really well in Asia and I believe in Europe, but North
Yeah.
America they always struggle to
It's because of
get
camera. That's what they pay
a
for.
footing.
Like, at least what I know in
So-
Portugal, they mostly buy these kind of phones for the camera.
I mean, let's be real. Anybody that's spending that you're buying it for the camera and the
It's
video
insane.
recording.
It's
The
a
video
symbolic.
recording and the
Yeah.
4K HDR 120 FPS video recording and the camera is what you're paying for.
Yeah.
But this one's not as bad. Like it's got a smaller camera, so it's a lot cheaper, and it's still got a OLED screen, very similar specs. Just
Yeah.
less memory and a camera that's not as exaggerated for
Well,
$1,000.
if you're gonna do gaming, I mean, there
Get the
you
best of
go.
the best, man. Come on now.
I know. Don't show us this knockoff garbage. We got if we're buying Sony, damn it, we're spending all our money.
Exactly.
We want the best. Let me customize that shit. I want to max that thing out so it costs me even more. Damn it.
Yeah,
I want to be
all
able
of
to
the phones are
customize it like
OLED.
the Sony Bio laptops back in the day when you could max them out for like
I mean,
20 grand.
They got the $700 one for you. There you go.
What the hell are you trying to say? What are you implying?
Damn.
Or optical focal.
I look like I want garbage. What am I, Oscar the Grouch? I ain't use that trash,
120 hertz.
He needs that
HDR.
cinematography, man.
bro.
That
I
Sin
wouldn't even
Alta
give that
app.
to my 5-year-old. I wouldn't give that crap to my 5-year-old.
Oh my
$700.
God.
Take the
It
cheap
looks
one,
good.
bro.
Their technology
No,
is
that's-
really nice though for the video.
I'm
recording
not
and
wasting
camera.
my hard-earned money on that. My tax-free money on that shit. I'm gonna get the best of the best. Damn it.
Well, if you want the best, it's definitely not going to be with Sony.
That's hard to argue just based on the tech
What
itself.
pray tell? What's the best of the best that if it's not Sony?
Makers
Hold
a
on.
hater.
Apple and
what's the best?
Samsung are the best of the best. for sure.
Samsung can eat. Samsung's garbage. I already have Apple.
As someone who used to work on phones,
Samsung's
Samsung
garbage.
and Apple.
No, I don't need a Samsung device.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest. I always hated whenever I was opening up Sony devices or HTC or Motorola. Those were some of the worst. Like, it's just when looking at the internals
There
of
you
like
go. Exactly.
I've got a
I'll pay
Samsung.
extra. Nobody
Oh my
cares
God.
I've
about
had
Samsung.
Samsungs for a while, but I don't know. Those Sony phones with an OLED screen, interesting.
No, their components that they have now is top of the line compared to what you're looking at on Samsung or Apple. But what they don't have is cohesiveness that the Apple products have, and as well as Samsung, because they automatically guarantee the updates. It's more fluid, the operating system with their tech that's provided.
Yeah, because
same
I
as
can,
Apple.
especially when it comes to like gaming or messaging, phone calls. It's all from it. Especially like Apple. You have Apple devices.
Yep, it pops up
Everything's
everywhere.
connected, so I can start playing a game on my iPhone, shift to my MacBook, then shift to my iPad, and then hop on the Apple TV.
Exactly. Whereas Sony, if you're trying that, it's not going to be as great in the real time usage as they would,
No, because you'll be linked with, because it's still going to run Android. You're still linked with however Windows does stuff.
Wow. And I don't even know if
Used to do
Sony ever did a
wireless tech
contract with
support.
Android for updates.
Oh, yeah.
So that's another issue.
Flashbacks are always fun.
Yeah, they don't have any guarantee updates on their website.
They don't.
That's sad.
No.
They said we don't need to guarantee. We'll leave that up to the community. They got that
specs
for
are
us.
nice, but that's the issue. Unless you're happy spending all that money just to not be reassured that you're going to get the latest updates on Android, then you're pretty much SOL.
I'm good with that. Who needs the latest Android updates? What can go wrong with that?
Hey, I'm actually enjoying Apple though. They came out with this karaoke thing called Apple. Was it Sing or something? Apple Music Sing.
Yeah,
I thought that was hilarious, but I actually kind of want to use it at one point.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that I will ever use that, but it is cool to see.
I mean, the guy who demoed it though could not sing at all. That was horrible.
There's a website here that says the most recently launched Sony flagship, the Xperia 1 IV, comes with a stated promise of 2 upgrades and 3 years of patches. Before the Xperia 1 III came with a stated promise of just 2 years of support, 2 upgrade, and 2 year of patches. So they upgraded it to 3 years of patches.
Still not the same as 5 with Samsung.
Right.
They gave you 5 years guaranteed with the OS itself, I believe, and then security patches. Then Apple is just, I forget how many years it is. It might be, I want to say about the same as Samsung, where like 6.
Samsung. Well, gentlemen, I have to get off. I promised my wife something, but it has been an honor and it's been great to be back on Cloud Station TV. Yeah, thank you guys. And thank
Thanks
you,
a lot
chat.
for joining, Ray. Great
Not
having
a-
you on.
Not a problem. Just give me a heads up when Maker comes on here. You know,
Dang.
because then I know
Dang.
not to show up.
So-
Not to show
I
up.
see
Sorry,
how it
Ray.
is.
I'm just playing.
Where can we
Maker.
find you, Ray? Where can we find you?
Ray3473 on Twitch TV, Ray3473 the Game Cyborg on YouTube, and I also stream on Trovo. I'll be streaming later tonight. I got to start all over on PUBG because I lost all my PUBG saves on Stadia. So
Beautiful.
So
Damn.
bye guys, and it's Maker
The
suck
technology.
balls.
You don't have to share that link.
Bye, Ray.
They have there's Sony Bio laptop. I forgot they still actually made them.
Oh gosh, I haven't seen those things in forever.
Dude, they have one.
Yeah.
It's $2,400. but no, hold on. Listen to the specs though. It's actually not bad. Well, it's already outdated tech, but Windows 11 Pro, i7, an 11th gen i7 processor. You're already out of date there. Intel Iris graphics,
Iris.
32 gig RAM,
No.
a 2 terabyte SSD,
Hell
14-inch 4K Ultra HD 4K non-touch screen. So that's
Vet,
complete
look at
and
the
utter
original
garbage. I mean-
pricing. Look at the original pricing. That's
I know.
$35.79, and they had to go all the way down to $24.79 for crappy specs.
They don't even offer them because
You
they're
might
all
as well
sold
go to
out. That's
Alienware. No, I'm not doing that.
No, Alienware. Why would God? I have a Dell. Those
That's
are
the problem.
garbage.
I'm saying I'd rather do Alienware than that with
Oh.
those specs.
Look who showed up right at the end.
Now that
Anthony
Ray's
Oh
Just
my
look at
goodness.
the Cowboy is here.
Thank God we don't provide links for you though, Anthony. Sorry, we're not we don't offer links.
Now that's
for,
a slap in
for
the face
PlayStation.
in the PC world. That's a slap in the face. I would never do that.
Jeez. How long you been lurking under the surface? Probably been sitting there waiting for him to leave so he could jump in and say something. I'm surprised he didn't ask for an invite.
Put him on the
Oh
show.
damn! Well,
I'll hop out and let him join if you want.
Oh God, you may give
When
him yeah. He's a PlayStation guy. We can at least listen to him briefly. Ray would have quit real quick then, anyways. Give him a platform for a few seconds, and then we'll be like, as soon as he gets on, then we can say, well, that's it. That's our show.
I'm actually getting a little hungry. I'm gonna hop off myself.
I was actually gonna say we're gonna wrap up because I'm working in the morning and it's already getting kind of late. So we're just gonna go around. Vet, where can we find you?
YouTube, Vet Cloud Gaming, Twitter, Vet Cloud Gaming. That's pretty much it. I'll be live tomorrow. I'm going to do some more High on Life because that game is hilarious. I also may do a stream of Oddworld Soulstorm Enhanced Edition on PlayStation because I don't know anything about it. But when I loaded it up, it looked way crispier than 1080p. But that could just be my laptop making it look that good, or it's Sony that did something in the background then just didn't want to tell me. But I'll probably take a look at that and see how quickly I rage out on that one or just not like it. But yeah, and then I'm nothing over the weekend. I don't know what I got going on next week. Tuesday I'll be Sports Talk, and then otherwise just keep an eye out on the old Twitter feed. I post stuff all the time.
You're muted.
There you go.
Was I muted the whole
Doc
time?
was like,
No,
Hey,
Doc.
I was about to say. I was like,
I
Does that mean
was
I get to
talking to
speak?
myself and I just noticed something that
I was
my
like, wait,
name
does
is
that mean I
not
get to
updated
speak
on here.
again? Wait, was I really?
Hmm?
No, Meg's coming. What, Vet? Was I muted? I have
Vet
done
muted.
that several times.
ooh, Snap Hogwarts comes out soon. Oops.
Yep, we got less than a month.
All right.
For
Coming
that
really
PlayStation
soon.
exclusive
So-
quest.
Yeah, Simon Pegg's in it,
Yep.
so I'm excited actually.
Yeah,
I
Simon
saw
Pegg's
that.
playing the headmaster of the school,
I
which
saw that. That
apparently
looks-
is a recurring character in the books, but not in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
So he's one of the paintings.
February 10th. Okay, sweet.
So, Maker, where can we find you?
Maker of Chaos 12 on Twitter. For now, I'm not really doing a lot of streaming. So,
Awesome. Shadow, where can we find you?
It's probably the same at the moment, just because of the way things are going. Mostly on Twitter at Beast Silva Portugal. Just posting up news here and there. Where obviously I'll share it to you, Doc, and JD if I find anything interesting. So that's pretty much it.
I thought you were going to say you could find me in the shadows.
I basically am. I'm just in the background looking at the news, digging up dirt. There's actually one dirt that just came up, but it's in terms of like Xbox side, which isn't looking pretty, unfortunately. That their
The
deal might be
NVIDIA and
delayed
Google?
till next year.
Yeah, it's pushing to 2024, and
Yep.
Google and Nvidia also adding to the spice going against it.
But that's
against
just
it might
more
be
of
due
being
to that.
salty, which I don't get. Because NVIDIA wants their games on GeForce Now, and then Google is just butthurt for some other reason. Because they couldn't deal with Stadia.
Google.
They
you don't
did
even really have
say
to say
that
anything
the
with
reason
Google.
SGN shut down was because of Bethesda being acquired by Xbox, well, Microsoft.
So Google's just mad at Microsoft in general. So yeah, that doesn't.
It's like at
that's
this
not
rate,
shocking.
why not just let it happen? Let gamers enjoy what they get, whatever they determine the value it is, and leave it at that. It's not that big of a deal. If they decide to make it multi-plat, by all means, cool. If not, just like PlayStation had told other people, get the console if you want to play the games.
Personally, I don't care how it gets resolved. I just want it over as soon as possible because
Yep.
this right now is costing a fortune to Microsoft.
Mhm.
It could, if it pushes to 2024,
That's a lot of
it
money.
will hurt not just Xbox, it will hurt Microsoft. It will cost them a fortune, and that means they're not focusing on making the games, delivering the good products to the consumers. So I want this to be over as soon as possible, no matter the result, and for the whole industry to move on to something else, because it already lasted way too long, and this is getting ridiculous.
And my Twitter feed is literally Oreos and something else. I forgot what the other meme was.
We'll see in the next week whether or not they continue down this path, because as soon as like the 18th hits, they have to pay an additional $500 million.
Whoa!
Oh come on!
If it doesn't go through,
change. That's pocket
Yeah,
and then
if
it just goes up from there.
Yeah, but money is money. That could have been used for R&D or other purposes, other parts of business.
They could have
But
used that to
jeez.
keep
You could buy-
acquiring.
you could buy Insomniac Studio with that money.
Nah, I just want to see the
Literally.
25th, man. As a gamer, I'm excited for their show on the 25th. And if PlayStation comes out with their show on next month, then I'm excited.
Yep. So a lot of interesting stuff coming up. As for me, you can find me on this channel once in a while. I'll be doing some streams. Shouldn't be too busy on a schedule, but I'll post whenever I go live on social media. Dr. Spaceman Games on Twitter. I updated back to the older name because I do gaming. Yeah, that's it. So as for this was a lot of fun getting back to you guys with CloudStationTV and Shadow's first episode of CloudStationTV for the special. And we'll be back on Monday for Playing in the Stars, which we look at the PlayStation ecosystem. So should be again a very interesting conversation once we simmer all the weekend over the information going on and if there's any new data coming out on this, along with JD. So on this, thank you so much everyone for joining in the panel, in the chat. It's been a lot of fun. So have a very good night, everyone. Bye bye.
Yeah.